What is good, wonderful world of Onewheel? Welcome back to First Fridays. I'm your host, Bodhi Harrison, and today we're talking about what happened in the month of May on our Onewheels. Kicking it off, Oak City Shred Fest, one of my favorite events of the year. It was an absolute blast. The team put together an amazing event. It did get a little bit rained out, unfortunately, right as we were getting into freestyle. It started monsoon dumping, and that day ended up kind of being a wash, an opportunity for everybody to hang out with each other. Some people were brave enough to get their boards out in the water, but it's never a very good idea. At the end of the day, it was still a ton of fun. The racing was super rad. There's a full live stream on Oak City Shred Fest YouTube, and then I cut down just the ORL sanctioned finals on the ORL YouTube channel. So if you want something a little more bite-sized, you can check out the epic racing that went down on the float track. They put a lot of work into it this year, added a couple features, and it was a really rad time seeing everybody get out there and crush it. Now we'll quickly go through those results. For the ORL heats, we had Women's Pro third, Nikki Martin, second, K Love, first, Rachel Cecil. Congratulations, ladies. Men's Pro, we had fourth, Austin Silva, third, Jonathan Ortiz, second, Luke Austin, first, Jeff Adair. And the reason why there's four for that is the Men's Pro, they did 2 head-to-head heats for the finals. So it was a little different than all the rest of them. Clydesdales, we had third, David Saborin, second, Andrew Coleman, first, Sebastian Kusick. And for the old dogs, the legends, third, we had Patrick Holland, second, Richard Stowell, first, Michael Aritz. So like I said, the freestyle competition was basically a total wash. Only a few heats were able to go. A lot of the riders signed up weren't able to compete at all, but they went ahead and judged who had gone so far between the judges and some of the riders that were actually supposed to be in the competition. And the win was given, well-deserved, to Tyler Hupman, who did, in his run, a one-footed, where you have your one foot on your front, hand on the back foot's kicked out. He went across the field, up a ramp, down a drop, up Pandora's Pyramid, up a ramp, flat, locked into a nudge, still one-footed, and instead of putting his foot on and then nudging, he pulled the nudge, still one-footed, into a down ramp, and then put his back foot on the board and rode it out super clean. It was honestly one of the craziest things I've ever seen. My jaw was on the floor for 5 minutes maybe. It blew my mind. Big ups to you, brother. Next year we should be able to throw down a lot harder, but there was still a lot of fun that was had in that course, put together by S. Greg and the people that bought into the raffle to help raise the money for that. So big ups to all of you guys that helped support that park. I unfortunately wasn't able to do much with it because I needed to be safe with my shoulder, but tons of people had tons and tons of fun. Before we move on from Oak City, check out this wild clip of John Ortiz flying past Connor Chappell and Luke Austin in the Excursion mass start race, just going absolute Superman speeds. It is mind-boggling to me that racing is at this level. I haven't raced since the new faster boards came out, and it looks gnarly. There was another awesome race this month, Dirt Surfers, over in Eureka Springs, Arkansas at the Great Passion Play, put on by Nick and Rachel Payne and their helpers and volunteers. It's a really awesome enduro style race. People get chips. There's, I think, 6 or 7 segments. They start pros and go back in divisions, and you basically can hit them at your own pace, charge your board up for the last few of them or whatever you want to do. And it's all about being fast and consistent. There's no luck involved. There's no other riders. It's about you going as fast as you possibly can. I heard lots of good things. I didn't go this year because I was taking care of my shoulder, taking care of my mind, getting a little R&R that weekend. But from what I can tell, it was a super rad time because they not only do the race, but they also do an awesome drop competition, freestyle competition with some huge drops, jumps, a wooden rail that we put in last year. And it sounds like this year was super rad. Everyone was going super big, sending it super hard, especially Nico with this incredibly high speed send off the biggest jump in the whole park. He was intimidated by it in years past, but this year he went for it full freaking speed, and I love to see it. I love to see the sends, and I love to see everybody getting together. I also love seeing these sends of Cricket and Brady Davis, where they set up a ramp and even strapped a curb right in front of the big Jesus statue. I remember a session we had on that years past. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. In preparation for one of our other West Coast events coming up, Shred Fest, right around the corner, Jeff B, the homie, good guy, put together this really cool, like teeter-totter, spring-loaded, wonky bridge crossing for people to enjoy at Shred Fest. He sent us over these pictures and videos of how it works. I'm excited to see people give it a try. I remember seeing him start building it at the prep weekend recently. And this dude's awesome, he's super creative, just loves one-wheeling, and I'm super stoked for people to enjoy his creation. Now this one brought a big smile to my face and a ton of joy to my heart. Chad P hit me up, and his son, his summer highlight was being excited to go to Dirt Surfers with his dad. And mind you, they were also going to Disneyland. This Grom was more stoked to go to Dirt Surfers than he was to go to Disneyland. Come on, can we get a freaking for that Grom and this family? Kid was raised right, obviously, by Chad, and shout out to the lovely mama, Mama Pump. Chad specifically asked for some love for the mama, being the lifeblood of the family. I love to see it. You know what they say, a family that one wheels together, sticks together. May the 4th happen this month, and may the force be with you. The homie Lou was out on his Millennium Falcon one wheel, shredding, repping, spreading the stoke. His buddy Hunter actually sent this over my way. Thank you so much for sharing, dude. I love to see the creativity, and I love to see the love for things like Star Wars or other franchises. One of my favorite European rippers, Vinny Vizzle, sent me over some really cool information that Tomorrowland, one of the biggest music festivals out in Belgium, donated some money to have a skate bowl built right adjacent to the venue for people to be able to skate and shred during all the festivities. They had some demos, they had some classes, and they actually did a group ride through the venue, which sounds super fun. I'd love to make it out there one year, and I love seeing the shredding and music communities coming together and supporting each other, because they truly go hand in hand. Now I wanted to share a couple of my favorite images from that wild Aurora Borealis thing that happened recently, where people were able to see the amazing lights in the sky in parts of the earth that have never been able to see that before in our time that we know about. And these pictures are just super beautiful, very epic, an amazing backdrop. Where I was at was super cloudy, so we weren't able to see it, but these amazing creators were able to capture the beauty of what went down. Now, big deal, guys. The GT had a massive firmware update this month. They released the new updates that were implemented into the GTS, into the GT, which is the improved handling in chunky terrain, the improved landing behavior, and the gradient tracking feature, which is wild, where the board can sense when you want to climb up a hill and will lift the nose to help you give it more gas, which that's all controllable, how much it lifts, how fast it lifts. That is now available on the GT, as well as the performance treaded tire now comes stock on the GT if you order a treaded tire from the website. Super awesome, total facelift for the GT. If you're a GT owner, I know you're stoked on it. And if you didn't know about that yet, definitely update your board and feel the amazing new flow. Now I'm sure you guys caught this one on social media, the baseball player that used his pint to run from home base to first base. He didn't quite make it, but it was great to see the one wheel out in the baseball scene. And it's actually an exhibition baseball team. So it's kind of like Harlem Globetrotters. They're the Savannah Bananas and the Party Animals. And it was cool to see it, but he didn't quite make the base, which I'm saying was because of how he positioned his board. If he had his board facing first base, he would have made that no problem. But he had to get on his board, turn around, sprint, and he almost got it. But we love to see it. We actually have a GT on the way to him, so next time he will not have an issue at all getting to that first base, and maybe we'll hit a little bonk off of it too, who knows. Now let's give some real creativity points to the homie Tyler Scarrett, and just mad love and respect. Dude's a sender and a sweetheart. But he came up with this trick at Oak City Shred Fest. He's calling the linebacker, or you stand EUC style on the board, start it up with your hand, go to a drop off the drop to your feet. Pretty cool. I love to see stuff like this. With our one wheels, we're not like skateboards where we can flip them and do all that stuff. We're not attached to it like our snowboards, so we have to get really creative with what we can do freestyle-wise on the boards. And this is exactly that. It's creative, it's cool, it's fun, and I love to see it. Let me see some linebackers out there, guys. Now, speaking of creativity points, look at my guy getting super creative, utilizing his one wheel to get chores done around the house, ripping around, leaf blowering, just having a blast. Why not make chores fun? Come on. Speaking of creativity and having fun and shredding our wheels, check out Alex Smith's Backyard Stoke Park. I love this dude. He's a tattoo artist. He's actually inked me up a little bit and will for sure in the future. He's a rad dude. He's got a beautiful family, a wonderful heart, and he loves one-wheeling. It's been amazing to watch you progress, homie, and I gotta come ride that park with you, dude. Now, while we're giving people props for their creativity, Tyson Hawkins, an incredible creative rider, has lots of really cool ground tricks Lots of freestyle stuff, a lot of things I'd never seen before that he's done, and he just hit this really fat drop. His homie Everett Jackson sent it my way. Thank you so much for sharing, homie. I hope to see you soon, Tyson. All right, fam, now let's toss it over to this month's Clip Sandwich.
I feel great. I feel incredible. I feel amazing. I feel alive. I feel great. I feel incredible. I feel amazing. I feel alive, alive, alive.
All right, we gotta have some sort of the month reward, and this month it is Trail of the Month from Tyler Davis. I have no idea where this is, didn't ask, but it is beautiful. Look at the views, look at the flow. I definitely like a technical trail, but I love a flowy butter trail where you're just flow state AF. And this looks like an awesome place to be. I'm gonna have to ask him where this is and go there. And I wanted to share with you guys some of these beautiful views that I found on the interwebs, and just remind you to take a second to slow down and appreciate the beauty of life sometimes when you see it. A good sunset, a sunrise, a beautiful flower. I believe the universe gives us these things to allow us to take a breath, to decompress, to appreciate, and to fill up our soul so that we can keep moving forward and making it through this beautiful life. Now these views are beautiful, but check out this banger, macro, dusty ripper shot, dude. This is like a billboard shot by the homie Lewis. And I actually saw this on the internet and then somebody sent it over my way and you guys had to see it. Look how sweet this is. Now before I let y'all go, I want to kick it over to an interview that I did with a buddy Mark that put together with the help of his crew, Shred the Shires, an awesome European one-wheel race jam event that went down. And you're gonna get all the details here. Let's see what's up.
My name is Mark Coningsby. I am designated the coordinator of Shred the Shires, which was an event we had a couple of weeks ago. The first time we've had one in England. So yeah, I'm the mouthpiece.
Beautiful.
So 2020 is when I bought my first pint. Instantly regretted that, mostly because I've got two small kids. So now I have 2 pints and a GT.
There you go. You gotta have an extra more than two for the fam. Tell me about this event you guys just had out there.
Shred the Shires was simply a couple of guys in a field that went, we should put on an event. Fast forward 3 years, 9 people in the team coming together, and we just managed to mold together and put together a fantastic event that drew people from Ireland, Scotland, France, Germany, Spain, Portugal, and all over the UK to something that exceeded beyond our own expectations, which were quite high, to be fair. Me and the kids were driving up the road and I saw someone coming past on a pint. Met up with that guy, Andrew, and he came to where I live now, on a farm, where I'd started to build a little tiny mini shred track for me and the kids just to play on, some rollers and stuff, not a lot, just some little bits and pieces. And he just stood there and went, wow, man, we could get a few other one-wheelers here, some tents, you know, having a bit of barbecue, be a great sort of, sounds like a lot of effort. It's a lot of hassle. We went to one of the European events last year to Belgium, to WOW. And after that, we were in a little chalet. Andrew is ex-chef, so he was cooking up the food, and I just sat there with probably 1 or 2 beers in me and went, yeah, all right, let's do something. Let's see where we can go with this idea of a few people camping in a field.
So what went down at the event this year? What kind of activities did you guys have? Did you have any races? Any kind of competition of any sort?
So the first thing that went down was that it's England. So it rained on the first day as it had to happen.
I believe it does.
I think that's the law. So because of that, we had to change our entire schedule of races and everything we were doing. So we had some social rides out and about. So we're pretty flat here in Cambridge. The Saturday we had our trek competition. Stuff that I'd probably break a leg on if I even tried, but these guys were and it was absolutely wicked to watch. And blue skies, beautiful blue skies came out. And then after that, of course, everyone wanted to learn. So Max did a bit of a trick clinic. So all the kids were up there, hopping on the boards, just doing static jumps onto the one wheel, onto the tire, and then jumping back onto it was really great to watch. And then we decided to open up the racetrack, where everyone just had a cruise around. We kept all the features closed, so no one could have sneaky little practices on the features before the race. Saturday night, we just had Andrew, who's our chef, who's also a musician. And we had James from Brighton, who's excellent on tricks on a board and very, very fast as well. He's a drummer in, I don't know, about 6 different bands. So he's there with his little cymbals, some drums, he's got bells on his foot tapping away, and he's just playing on his XR's rails. He made a drum out of a Vega guitar. So that was a nice chill evening at the bar. And then Sunday was race day, which was a very long day. We had men's, women's and Glom's races. And yeah, it was wicked. It was absolutely wicked fun, to be fair. It's still a bit of a blur, if I'm honest. I mostly remember things through watching people's videos. It's just like, I know it was good at the time.
So many heats.
It was good at the time. Mostly the adrenaline kicked in, I think. But yeah, we went the full hog, digital timing. Yeah, we had, I think it was in total 55 people racing. People came from Portugal, Spain, Germany, France, Scotland, Ireland, and all over England as well. So very, very mixed skill sets.
Yeah, international crew.
Absolutely. Our men's winner was Jay Kenwood, who has been out in the States on Stoke Bird.
He's awesome. He's a really good kid too. Full energy. He's super stoked.
He's loud. He's very loud. But yeah, it was great to see men's, women's and Grom's races. I'm a proud father. My youngest came in third, beat his elder brother, which is a bit embarrassing. His older brother, but
what would you say was your personal highlight?
Genuine highlight was when one of our team, he said he was walking through the campsite, and he came back later and he said, I was just stood in the campsite, stood there and went, we made this happen from an empty field to everything, to a racetrack, to features, to a bar, to toilets and showers and generators and lights and everything. We made this, nobody else. And it was at that point I went, actually, you know what, you're right, we did. We thought maybe 20 people might turn up. 8 of those were going to be us. And when I say that stuff now, I'm just like, yeah, it's wicked. But for me, that was a sweet point. And another bit was just stood in the bar Saturday afternoon and just looking at the bank of XRs and GTs and GTSs and pints all on charge. And I was just like, wow, okay, I thought maybe 20 boards, not probably more than we should have been charging, I think. Fine, I think. So yeah, we count it as a very good, successful event. I mean, if anybody ever says to us, what do I need to do to put on a one-wheel event? And I would say, have faith. And in the UK, there's not a lot, it's a small community, and they all came in their camper vans, in their tents.
Oh, dude.
And that's all, family, lamma, jam, bam, bam, bam. That's this month's episode. That's what we had to share. Please send me your highlights, your photos, your favorite moments, least favorite moments. I don't know. Let's make this fun. Send it my way, throw it in my email. I'll put it together and we'll all enjoy it like we enjoy our one wheels and like we enjoy our friends. Please get out there, take care of yourself, drink water, meditate, journal from time to time. Let's be our best selves. Let's love one another deeply and wholeheartedly and ride our wheels as much as we can. Let's go.